Ever imagined that a custard tart could help topple a king? It certainly didn't help his case either. Today, we're making a medieval custard tart, Crustade Lombarde, and uncovering how a dessert like this sat at the crossroads of taste, power, and politics. Get comfortable, pour yourself a drink, and let's go back to the 14th century. This recipe survives in medieval English manuscripts. A rich, sweet, savory custard tart with cream. Eggs, sugar, dried fruits like dates and prunes, parsley for freshness, and, yes, bone marrow. That might sound strange to us now, but in the Middle Ages, the line between sweet and savory wasn't so strict. Here's what we'll do today. 1. We'll make a modern, faithful version of Crustade Lombarde. 2. We'll uncover how medieval cooks used pastry coffins to hold their tarts. And 3. We'll tell the story of how King Richard II's extravagant banquets, featuring dishes just like this, became part of the storm that ended his reign. You'll need a white flour tart crust, 15 dates pitted and chopped, 15 prunes also chopped, a quarter cup of bone marrow or butter if you prefer, 1 cup of cream, a quarter cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 3 tablespoons of parsley finely chopped, and a pinch of salt. Simple, but incredibly rich. Exactly the sort of thing that impressed medieval nobles. Crustade simply means a pastry tart. In medieval kitchens, the pastry shell was called a coffin, from the Old French coffin, meaning box or container. No funerals involved, just a practical shell to hold the filling. Sometimes it was edible. Sometimes it was more like an armored serving plate. First, preheat your oven to 220 degrees Celsius. Chop your dates and prunes into small pieces and spread them across the base of your tart shell. Then, sprinkle bits of bone marrow over the fruit. This might sound unusual, but in medieval cooking, marrow was prized for its silky texture and subtle savoriness. It deepened the sweetness rather than fighting it. While the tart base warms in the oven, whisk together your cream, eggs, sugar, salt, and parsley. Medieval recipes say, whisk until it stands by itself, which probably meant, get it thick enough to hold a little shape. We're not making whipped cream, just giving it some body. And yes, parsley. Medieval diners loved herbal notes in desserts. Think of it like a fresh green echo inside all that richness. Take your tart shell out, let it cool slightly, and pour the custard mixture over the fruit. Sprinkle a little sugar across the top, because sugar was royal gold in the 14th century. Then bake for another 20 minutes, or until the center has just the right medieval jiggle. Richard II became king at just 10 years old. Surrounded by ceremony and courtiers, he grew up with a love for pageantry, ritual, and, crucially, luxury. His banquets were legendary. One feast in 1387 served dozens of oxen, hundreds of sheep and pigs, countless birds, and thousands of eggs. Desserts like this custard with a finishing touch to a royal performance. But while Richard enjoyed his gilded world, the realm outside faced taxes, war costs, and growing unrest. To many, his extravagance felt like arrogance. And here it is. The tart should be golden, with a thin, sugary crust and a gentle wobble in the middle. When sliced, you'll see layers of fruit beneath a soft custard top. Rich, sweet, but with a savory whisper. Don't want bone marrow? Butter or toasted nuts make excellent substitutes. Vegetarian? Skip the marrow entirely. Medieval cooks did this during fasts, replacing eggs and marrow with extra cream or going without entirely. And because it's custard, refrigerate leftovers if there are any. Feasts are messages. In Richard's time, they declared power. Today, they still do. At state dinners, banquets, or even through a carefully framed Instagram post. This tart isn't just dessert. It's a reminder that what's on a ruler's table can echo far beyond the dining hall. Serve this tart slightly warm, with cream or plain ice cream. It's sweet, herbal, and surprisingly elegant. A taste of the late Middle Ages, without the political fallout. Thank you for joining me on this edible journey through time. This was the Lombardian custard, Crustade Lombarde, from the 14th century Harleian manuscripts. Stay with us next time as we continue to taste the flavors of history. Until then, may your history be delicious.